It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and we're so happy that you can join us. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, and a happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday, everyone. It's back again, the start of a new week, but we're in the last week of October, everyone. The year is winding down. I feel like the weather has finally broken. We can see what Godfrey had to say, but I haven't had to turn on my AC all month.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Yeah.
I hope we can sustain this.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bribe Godfrey, see if we can sustain this kind of cool for the next couple of months.
I think even the traffic on the road, it seems like people have been staying in just a little bit later. So if you're one of them who have to catch that each traffic before it get by, like 7:15, it's really terrible. You could actually get up maybe 7:30. No, I lie. 7:15. Get up, Charles.
Yeah, I've actually heard it's midterm for some schools, which is crazy because I feel like school just went back in. But of course, that's as an outsider. I don't have any kids in school. So
Yeah.
I think this is an exciting time for parents. Maybe that's why we are a little bit less traffic on the road.
All has been revealed now. Thank you for midterm. Everybody needs a break. Not only the students and the teachers, but us who have to drive in the traffic every day as parents. So hopefully if you're on break this week, children, let me say what parents would say. I hope you're reviewing your schoolwork because exams are coming up quick. And you want to make sure you do good, right? You think they can be reviewing?
True story. I mean, only if you make them, and no,
That's not
absolutely not.
I definitely wasn't reviewing. But we want to thank you again for joining us this morning. We've got a great show for you, and we hope you had a wonderful weekend. We'll be hearing about the Don and Knowles Primary School Soccer Tournament, and also Dr. Kenneth Roma is here to talk about the first annual National Aviation Week.
And the Bahamas Girl Guides Association is here to tell us about their annual Girl Guides Cookie Month,
Cookies!
which sounds super exciting. And Doctors Hospital is going to talk to us about sports medicine. TCL invites you to register for the Long Island Business Outlook on November 16th. Registration is $80 and students can attend for $50. A virtual ticket is also $50. Now, let's check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning, Bahamas. Hey, guys, we're going to keep it cool for a little while. Okay, comfortable. I won't say cool, comfortable for a little while as we move into November and December. The cold fronts will start coming. In your first look at the weather, we do a building high pressure across the islands, and that's going to give us lots of sunshine, some breezy conditions starting tomorrow, a couple of little sporty showers, particularly in the southeastern islands where the frontal trough that is dissipating at this point in time. So you can expect a couple of showers around Meguaninago and Crooked Island over the next 24 to 36 hours. But today, partly sunny, warm, chance of few passing showers, mainly in the southeastern islands. Your high temperature 85 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. Few clouds around, still cool. The low temperature going down to 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 87 and 77. In Jamaica 1980. Across Trinidad 88 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 86 and 74. Across North America, Atlanta 73 and 50. In Boston 56 and 40. In Miami 85 and 74. Dallas, Texas 86 and 66. And Toronto, Canada 50 and 38. As we go through the week, lots of sunshine, warm temperature daytime, a bit mild to cool at nighttime, though temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s at nighttime, in the low to mid-70s. That puts a wrap on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The Don and Knowles Primary School Soccer Tournament took place or began last week at the Roscoe A.L. Davies Soccer Field here in New Providence. With me now to tell us all about the exciting action is Theodore Neely. He is the chaplain of the New Providence Public Primary Schools Sports Association, or the NPPPSSA. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for hosting me this morning.
We're happy to have you here talking about one of my favorite things, the sport of football or soccer, as other people know it. And so we're hearing about this Don and Knowles tournament. So who was Don and Knowles, and why was this tournament held?
Well, Dawn Knowles, she is a senior education officer, and she's now retired, but in '95, she pushed for the curriculum and for other programs in soccer to be added to the primary school, and she really worked along with the NPPSSA. And they honored her because of the years, the 28 years that she was able to be focused and be very agitating for soccer to become what it is today. And in the past, we have just both division was combined in terms of play. So the boys and girls, we didn't have the under 12 and under 10 at that time. But we decided this time to, at least the BFA, thanks to them, they brought their style of programming in terms of soccer, of the under 10 and under 12. And we see the excitement that began last week with the different schools and the children being very excited and playing. But I came in at least 18 years ago. And so I was not there at the beginning of, the whole program. But soccer is something that the kids really can play anywhere with almost any instrument. You can use a can. Well, as a matter of fact, when I teach in class, and if there's a can, while I'm teaching a different program, the children would, actually be kicking a can around. And so soccer has made a great impact over the last 28 years because of Don Knowles.
I agree 100%. I've played all my life from a child coming straight up. Some of my most fond memories were playing in primary school, playing against other school children. You had the Saturday tournaments, the inter-school tournaments. And it's just very a formative part of your childhood, learning that team sport, team dynamics, all wonderful things. So we're so thankful she planted that seed 28 years ago?
28 years
28
ago,
years ago. So which schools
1995.
participated in the tournament or are participating?
We have, I think, 23 schools that are participating in the tournament. And I'll just give some information
Go for it.
on a few of them and what their results were. So let me just...
I saw the photos online. It seemed like it was a lot of excitement.
Oh, a lot of excitement, especially with the girls.
Yes. I saw Miss Knowles. She had a kick.
Kick off, yes.
She
and
did the kick off.
Yes, and she made a goal
She
also.
got power, man. You got to watch out for that lady.
Yes, she's still strong and
That's
vibrant.
good. That's
yes,
good.
she's very strong and
Tell us
vibrant.
about some of the schools that participated.
We have Eva Hilton. Also, we have T.J. Glover, Woodcock Primary, Sadie Curtis, Yellow Elder. And let me give just a sample result.
Go for it.
For the boys, that's the under 10. Eva Hilton earned the win against Sadie Curtis and Woodcock Primary.
All right.
The primary school dropped Sadie Curtis. They win against Sadie Curtis 2-0, and Woodcock Primary 2-1. And so we see Eva Hilton really trailblazing, in all of that. Yes.
Beating up all the other teams. So is the tournament over? Was there an overall winner as yet?
No. The tournament, what we did with the tournament, instead of having just 1 week of tournament, what we did is from Tuesday to Friday, we scheduled the South, West, North, and East on different days so that they can play almost like in sequence. So it's going to be over 4 weeks.
Okay, so it continues this week.
Yes, it's at least one day. My team will be going out actually on Tuesday. So we will only have 1 day because of midterm break.
Okay.
And then we will be coming back to continue. Yeah, we will come back to continue.
I want to catch some of this action. So it's happening at the Roscoe A. Davis Field. What time do these games happen? Is it during the day, during school hours?
It is during school hours, and it's from 9 to 1. Yes, that is the time. What actually the BFA does, the BFA is sponsoring the whole thing.
Yes.
With uniform, breakfast,
Fantastic.
I mean the whole shebang. So what happens is the student will arrive at 9 and they will have breakfast, and at 9:30 they will begin to do, and then 10 o'clock is the kickoff, which means yes.
That's good.
And
So
come
you've been seeing the program now. You said you've been involved 18 years,
yes.
in soccer in the country. And to you, what has been, I guess, one of the big achievements in terms of the development of the sport, especially at that age in primary school?
Well, one of the good things about it is that in primary school, soccer is like a motivator for the student. And it also has a connection to everything. It is not just for the glamour but it's also for the students to find some kind of discipline and have what you call a stable emotional approach to life. Because the whole thing has to do with connecting that also to a lifelong learning of discipline in every other area. So soccer really is almost like a foundation for their life in terms of what they want to do in the future. Also, the advantages is that we have had some of the from primary school who end up playing, you know what I mean, in the nationals and, you know, and supporting the Bahamas in terms of internationally playing on those teams. So primary school soccer is the foundation that we need, you know.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
And, you know, team dynamics are so important. Any way that you can teach that, especially at a young age, will set them up for life.
Yes.
I remember the team dynamics. So there is the superstar. There's the ones who are in the front who's going to score.
Yes.
You have your goalkeeper who's keeping you safe. You got the defenders who are your last line of defense.
Yes.
You have the heart of the team. They may not be the best player, but they're the heart and the pulse of that team. And everybody has a role to play.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the important life lessons. Know your role. Play your role. Win as a
That's
team,
true, because
right?
if you play as a team, you can beat the team that has the most superstars can be defeated by the team that is actually,
Exactly.
you know,
As
together.
we like to say on the pitch, the ball is round, which means anybody can win on any given day.
That's true.
If someone's watching this and let's say they have a young son or daughter or a young child in their family and they want to get involved in soccer at any of the primary school levels, how do they get involved? How do they start playing?
Well, one of the things is once they are part of a primary school, then what we will do, they can sign up for the program. We will send a permission letter home to their parents once they spark an interest, and then they can come and be a part of the program in the evening training. Yes.
You got them in training in the evening,
Yes.
team dynamics, all of these things. Tell our viewers again about the tournament that's happening and how long it's going to run. So, you know, I don't want them to miss out. So I know you guys are playing Tuesday, but when do you resume games and when does the tournament officially end? You know, there's lots of soccer action.
Yes. Yes, a lot of soccer action. The tournament is running according to the BFA until
You got about 4 weeks, you got about a month.
no, it's about 4 weeks.
All right.
Well, we are, because of different dynamics, you know, going on, it had to be extended because we also have other sports after. But it's going to be until the 17th of November.
Awesome.
Yeah, 17th of November.
Looking forward to all that action. I guess at the end there will be an overall winner, big trophy prize, right?
Yes, but also at the end, what we are doing with on the 8th, we are going to have a festival. That's it's on the 5th. It's at the very end, actually.
The last week of
Yeah,
games.
the last week on Tuesdays, on Thursday and Friday.
So we're
Yes,
definitely looking forward to that. You know, we
Yes.
love the kids. We love to see them kicking around, having fun, playing soccer. And, you know, of course, we have to, again, acknowledge Dawn Knowles and her
Yes.
contributions to the sport. The seed she planted 28 years ago, and she's still here kicking ball. She kicked harder than me, right? And so we want to thank her. And we want to thank you for coming on the show this morning. And thank you for your continued work in development of our youth. And we look forward to see who's going to win at the end of this tournament in November and who's going to bring home the big trophy.
Yes, I'm excited to see that
Awesome.
also.
Fantastic.
And
Thank
thanks
you for
very
coming on
much
the
for
show.
the opportunity.
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
You're watching Moms at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer. It's NUA. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
The push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 Plus, and then there's the 590 Plus, which is the top of the line device.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Welcome back. The Bahamas Girl Guides Association is celebrating the annual Girl Guides Cookie Month. Joining us now are Leja Burrows, Chief Commissioner, Bahamas Girl Guides Association, Zelma Albury, Chairperson of the Cookie Committee of the Bahamas Girls Guides Association, and Lataz'yah Thompson, a Ranger Guide. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you. Nice to be here.
I can't think of happier things to talk about in the morning other than cookies. I'm sure that Cookie Month is a very exciting time of year for the Bahamas Girl Guides. So I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Burrows. What is the primary goal of Girl Guides Cookie Month?
Okay, let me take this opportunity to give you a little bit of history. As the Bahamas prepared for independence, started the preparation in 1972, we too, at the Bahamas Girl Guides Association, we needed to become prepared to be independent. And so we started to work towards our associate membership in the World Association. And what we did is we applied to lease land to establish a campsite. Because, you know, camping is integral to guiding. And so once we were given that plot of land, about 10 acres, to establish our campsite, we now needed to fund that campsite. And so this is where the idea, our pioneers, Barbara Brown and Clarice Granger, they were the ones who were in the forefront, and they established Cookie Month. So we've been having Cookie Month for almost 50 years. And this is so that we can support and develop our campsite, which is located on Marshall Road.
I love it. Again, this seems like a very fun way to raise funds. I see this beautiful display that we have here. So Ms. Aubrey, tell us all about the kinds of cookies that are being sold.
Thank you very much. I am delighted to let you know and the public know that this year we have 8 delicious flavors.
Okay.
So we try to do something to please everyone. We have custard cream, we have chocolate cream, you know, everybody likes chocolate.
Oh yeah.
We have coconut creams, we have digestive creams, ginger rings, coconut rings, and for those people who are health conscious, we have the fruit shorties and the plain digestive. So we have everybody covered this year.
When I think about all those kinds of cookies, I just think about after school. You know, those were the snacks that we were all fighting over.
They're good to go with your coffee in the morning, especially the plain digestive. And we are the Bahamas Girl Guides Association, so I must let you know, I take this opportunity to let you know that we are not only selling cookies here in New Providence, but we have the whole Bahamas covered. Most of our units in the Family Islands, they are selling cookies as well.
Okay, so Ms. Burrows kind of established the previous purpose of the fundraising, but what are these funds going to be used for in this year's efforts?
The funds from this year cookie sales will go directly, as Ms. Burrows said before, for the upgrade and the upkeep of the campsite. Because what is guiding without camp? And the campsite is used for all the units. The brownies, the sunflowers, the guides, the rangers, and the leaders. And I don't know if you've been to the campsite recently, but it's such a beautiful place. Lush, green. When you walk in there, it's like you walk into nature. So the campsite, the money this year will go directly to upgrade the campsite and fund our programs for the girls.
That's excellent. Lataz'yah, it seems that you have sold 1 or 2 cookies in your day. Talk about your experience, just going out, selling cookies, raising funds for a good cause.
My experience with selling cookies with Girl Guides have been a very wonderful experience. For example, me and my unit, 32nd Nassau, 2 Saturdays ago, we went out to Quality Home Center on Jamaica Road, and we were able to communicate and talk to former guiders and even recruit new girls in the program. So it was just fairly wonderful.
What are the new, beyond, of course, Cookie Week and fundraisers like this, and we know camping, high level, what are some of the day-to-day activities that Girl Guides do?
Oh, we have a lot of initiatives and activities going on. I'll tell you about a few that's upcoming. We are going to have our 50th Independence Badge ceremony for girls both in New Providence and on the Family Islands who would have earned their badge. There's a special commemorative badge for Jubilee celebration. They will be given their badge, those who completed all of the challenges. So we have that coming up. That's very exciting. We have a food security project for guides and rangers where they grow a community garden. And we started last year. They grew lettuce, they grew sweet peppers, they grew beets, and then they made preserves. So they made jams, they made beet juices, and so we're actually encouraging our girls to get into producing their own food. And so that's another project. And then we have some international travel trips coming up. So we have a trip to the World Center in London, Switzerland, Arcabana in Mexico, and we're doing a joint cruise with Girl Scouts USA coming out of New York. And so the international experience is also very exciting for our girls. We have so many things going on. We have our 16 days of activism, violence against women and children. And so we'll be celebrating, recognizing that coming up. And we have a workshop for leaders and a seminar for girls. So we have a lot going on.
All right, y'all have a full roster, both local, international, and I just love that. And I'm sure many parents are wondering, or many girls themselves who might be watching, Ms. Aubrey, tell us how someone can get involved with Girl Guides.
We are always looking for help. We're always looking for volunteers because it's an organization that has been around for over 50 years. And so you can come in as a volunteer or you can come in as a leader. And the Girl Guides number is 322-4342. Just call, leave your name, leave your number, and we'll sure to get in contact with you. If you just say, I just want to help, that's fine. We'll find somewhere for you to help us out.
If someone wants to sign up their daughter to participate, to be a Girl Guide, how do they do that?
We are affiliated with most of the schools and some of the churches. So depending on which church or which school your daughter attend, you can join the group there at that organization, at that sponsoring body. Or if you're not sure, like I say, you can just call Girl Guides headquarters and we'll sure get you hooked up with somebody.
And we know the last few years have been filled with surprises, changes. We had our pandemic, we're back in school. How has Girl Guides adapted through that whole process?
Well, first of all, we have a new program. It's 21st century guiding now. And so we have revised our 8-point program, and we have a program that's called Dream. And through this program, we introduce the new areas of interest and issues: climate change, gender-based inequality. We look at food sustainability. We look at recycling and pre-cycling. And so the interest is very broad, good developmental stewardship, right? So depending on the interest of the girls and the issues that we are experiencing in society, the program, our program is non-formal learning, leadership, and character development. And so our girls develop character and citizenship. They become good citizens.
I mean, everything that you described just sounds like an incredibly holistic program.
Yes.
You have some entrepreneurship, some sales experience, camping experience, horticultural experience, and then you're taking it down to culinary because you've taken them through the whole process. So I've always been very impressed by Girl Guides, and I'm happy to hear that you are still doing wonderful things. So thank you so much for joining me very early this morning, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much for having us, and we want to say a great big thank you out to all those persons who have supported us in the years and are supporting us this year. We'll be at the mall this Saturday in case you didn't get your cookie yet. You can come to the mall and get your cookies, or you can purchase cookie from any member of the Girl Guides Association.
Absolutely. So you've heard it here. These are your instructions. Celebrate Girl Guides Cookie Month. It should be very easy, and it's for an excellent cause. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're here up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and it is the mid-show. Thank you for sticking with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Davriel Gardner.
And we had a great first half of the show. So excited about the cookies on set. Y'all grabbed the basket, right? That basket's in there.
You know, I was really hoping that the cookies would have been open, that we could do some quality control sampling, but that did not happen. Nevertheless, it was a wonderful chat. And I have to remember, I didn't do this at the intro, and I have to take this opportunity to wish my husband a happy early birthday. His birthday is on Wednesday, but we're not going to be on TV on Wednesday, so I'm wishing him a happy birthday today.
Happy Earth Day, pre-Earth Day. Enjoy another lap around the sun, and hopefully you get everything you want on Wednesday. No work. Take the day off. And you can get some Girl Guides cookies.
Right, exactly. Now that they're here, I might as well.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. It's like, I have such memories of this, these cookies being sold from childhood. Mm-hmm. Is it the same cookie?
They look like the same cookies. I told him, I remember fighting with my friends in the schoolyard over these cookies, and now here I am as an adult, and I can buy a whole pack for myself. So, full circle.
There you go. A pack for all of us. We got a great second half coming up. We'll be talking about the Bahamas Department of Aviation's plans for a National Aviation Week kicking off this week, and we're so excited to hear about that.
And we'll be discussing sports medicine with Dr. Kent Bazard. But before all that, we'll take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Davriel. Good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather, sunrise, a trip around the tropics, and we do have Hurricane Tammy. And at 5 a.m. this morning, Tammy was located at latitude 21.4 degrees north, longitude 64.0 degrees west, some 230 miles northwest of Anguilla. It's moving towards the north at 10 miles per hour. Winds are now sustained at 80 miles per hour with higher gusts. And then eyes on a low pressure area, or area of low pressure over the southwestern Caribbean Sea. A low chance, 60% chance of tropical storm formation over the next 7 days. On local scene, building high pressure across the islands will generate some breezy conditions over the islands the rest of the week. So we have a caution post over the islands, and we have a weak trough across the southeastern islands will trickle off a couple passing showers during the day into tomorrow. In your marine forecast, those winds today northeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet. On Tuesday, continue northeasterly at 15 to 20 knots, sea 4 to 7 feet. And continues to Wednesday, those northeasterly winds at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet. Your tides, you can expect a low tide at 9:14 this morning. Next high tide will be at 3:39 this afternoon. Low gain tonight at 10:13. Sunset 6:35 this evening. Rising was 7:12. UV index 8. Your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Honeymoon phase last quarter. As your week, high pressure continues to be the dominant of the feature across the islands. So we're looking at multi sunny skies, warm temperatures, a little comfortable at nighttime, The temperature at daytime will be in the mid-80s. At nighttime, the low to mid-70s. That puts you up in your follow good weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The Bahamas Department of Aviation is preparing for a week of fun and exciting activities as they gear up for the first ever National Aviation Week, which is happening this week, October 22nd to the 28th. And here to tell us all about this is none other than our good friend, Dr. Kenneth Roma. He is the Director of Aviation and Deputy Director General of Tourism with the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Well, listen, man, it's always great to be in good company, and I'm feeling on top of the world today.
On top of the world as we soar into National Aviation Week. I know you were here a few months ago and you were talking a bit about it. Now we're here. Tell us, what is the theme and focus for the first ever National Aviation Week?
Well, this is all a part of a strategic plan. You know, a few months ago, July the 1st, we actually unveiled our first ever National Aviation Strategic Plan, 8 broad themes. And 2 of those themes really was how do we collaborate? How do we synergize? How do we bring the community together? How do we develop human capital? And so this week is actually the first ever. We are so pleased that the Honorable Prime Minister has declared that the 21st to the 28th of October is Aviation Week. And the good thing is that every year from now on, the last week in October is going to be celebrated as Aviation Week. This week is all about 3 things. We're going to collaborate. We're really going to synergize. And we're going to celebrate. We're going to commemorate those giants whose shoulder we stand on in aviation. And the aviation ecosystem is a very vast ecosystem comprising some 8 agencies. So the Department of Aviation, who's doing a phenomenal job, our team, are providing oversight for 8 agencies that the government has identified. I think we should name those agencies to see the 4,000 plus employees and colleagues who really make up this ecosystem and are doing a phenomenal job of keeping our airwaves safe, providing exceptional service. They are sometimes overlooked. They will say they're underpaid, but they are not going to be underappreciated. So we're going to give a shout out now to the Department of Aviation. The Minister of Aviation is there now, Minister of State Basil Marconos new. Of course, our Deputy Prime Minister serves as the substantive Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. The Air Accident Investigation Authority. We have the Airport Authority. We have Bahamas Air. We have the BANSA, Bahamas Air Navigational Services Authority. We have the Civil Aviation Authority. We have Freeport Airport Development Company. We have NAD, NASA Airport Development, LPIA, NASA Flight Services, all of our FPOs. This is a massive ecosystem. I prefer to call it the family. And this week is all about commemorating, it's all about collaborating, and all about celebrating our aviation superstars.
Well, that sounds like a very powerful family there, all working together, like you said, in synergy to make sure our airwaves are safe and that we continue to evolve the industry. And that's why we're so excited about this week. You heard it here first, everyone on Bahamas at Sunrise, the National Declaration. So when is the official opening ceremony for National Aviation Week?
Aviation Week is actually kicked off already. Aviation is such a massive ecosystem. It's not only comprised of agencies in the Bahamas. So actually yesterday, Bahamas Air is in Cancun, Mexico. They actually launched this with our ALTA, our Association of Latin American Airlines. We launched that annual general meeting. You will see that yesterday in the country, we are arriving all throughout our region. We have air traffic controllers. They're actually going to be coming to the Bahamas, over 200 strong. Will be joining us to celebrate Aviation Week, and also as a part of IFATCA, our International Air Traffic Federation. They have their general meetings, but the official ceremony actually kicks off on Wednesday morning. That's the sober ceremony at Bahamas. We're going to have that pre-party starting, of course, on Tuesday. Our Deputy Prime Minister has consented the House to host a welcome reception for all aviation, of course, for the visiting persons. And this entire week, there's going to be celebration. Courtesy calls to the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister. We are actually having a week of prayer every morning, 6:45. Our entire ecosystem will be getting together and praying. We're going to end with the church service on Sunday at Monteba Church. We're going to be having a pig roast. We're going to be launching, again, our aviation cadet that the Bahamas is going to be very proud of, our emerging generation of new aviators. This week is all about celebrating, commemorating, and actually collaborating around industry best practices and recognizing those stakeholders upon whose shoulders we stand. I'm very, very proud again of our aviation family.
It sounds like such an exciting week, so much on the ticket and so much to come out of it. I didn't realize that your industry partners from around the region were also going to be in town. And, that's always great for collaborations like that to occur. You mentioned the cadet program. I want to hear a little bit more about how young people will be focused on during this week and going forward with regard to our aviation sector.
Well, you know that a part of our National Aviation Strategic Plan was the development of human capital. How do we now develop our existing talent, and how do we attract new talent into the industry? So the Deputy Prime Minister spoke about us going to Qatar. We actually shook hands in Qatar and have a partnership now with the Qatar Aeronautical Academy. Wow, we have Embry-Riddle, the Ivy League of aviation schools, have been speaking with us. We have Colorado State University have been communicating with us. We just have so many tertiary institutions who are able to train and develop existing and emerging aviators. So we have been speaking with the Ministry of Education, and we are very pleased that we are going to be launching our aviation cadet programs into our high schools. It's never been done before. We believe that we are not just going to develop talent, we're going to train what the next generation of aviation excellence looks like, and it's really going to involve these giants. You have Captain Bennaby, who retired just last week. And these persons who want to give back to our community, air traffic controllers, Bahamas Air, our colleagues, they're going to pour into the next generation, and we are going to intentionally transform what aviation in the future in this country looks like.
Fantastic. I want to hear again, what are your main objectives for this week or for National Aviation Week?
We're going to do three things. We're going to collaborate. We have now industry, regional partners coming into our country. There's going to be a lot of sessions that speaks about how we fine-tune what we're doing, sharing best practices and and knowledge sharing, of course. We are going to commemorate. So you'll see us on another television station tomorrow with some industry giants speaking about how we celebrate and we remember the history, you call it the evolution of aviation. We've come a long way over the past century, and we should be very proud of our first flight with Pan American Airlines in the early 1900s to where we are today. Bahamas are winning regional awards, and we're going to commemorate, we're going to collaborate, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to end Friday with a wonderful celebration, the training center, and we're going to bring the police band is going to be the Irish Storm, the Spine band is going to be the Defense Force band. We deserve to be celebrated. We've been doing a lot over the past century in aviation. This is the time for us to really say we appreciate all that has been happening.
Sounds like, once again, an action-packed week, but also very progressive, and you've got a full ticket, your industry partners in town. Just for our viewers who may not grasp the importance of the aviation sector, the aviation industry, specifically to the Bahamas. Just drive home, why is aviation so important to the way we currently live and to the future of our country?
Well, the Bahamas is an archipelago, spread over 100,000 square miles of ocean. We say we have 700 islands, 61 airports. 30 of them, again, are owned, controlled by the government through NAD, through Freeport, and through the Airport Authority. Aviation is so important. When we look at driving our tourism numbers, the 7.2 million that came to us in 2019, 1.64 stopovers. We're going to probably see about 2,000 international direct travelers coming into our shores this year. We're going to make history in tourism. Deputy Prime Minister has gone on to proclaim that. But when we look at connecting our islands, domestic and international traffic, it is made possible because of aviation, our air traffic controllers. Those who are working among our airlines, domestic, international, they're coming through our airports. How do we maintain them? We're building new airport infrastructure, some 14 airports across our entire archipelago. Aviation, again, is the Deputy Prime Minister says it this way, we are the lifeblood of the Bahamian economy. Aviation really matters.
Very well said. Perfectly said. Once again, thank you for coming on the show. National Aviation Week kicking off this week. You heard it here first, everybody. Bahamas at sunrise. Big announcement. Look out for all the great events happening this week. I'll be keeping my eyes out for all the air traffic controllers who are going to be in town, right?
Absolutely.
I'd like to thank you again for being here on the show, our good friend, Dr. Roma, and looking for great things happening this week and in the future.
Great things are ahead. Rich Soaring. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hear of
are three young people who stopped attending high school and got disengaged in their educational journey due to the pandemic. Today, they are proudly taking their walk all over the place because they took advantage of BTVI's Smart Start initiative. All high school students in New Providence and the Family Islands can participate in free hands-on learning to improve employability, learn basic literacy and numeracy skills, and earn a BTVI certificate in automotive mechanics, beauty and construction trades, or fashion in only 14 weeks for full-time participants or 24 weeks for part-time. Don't count yourself out. Do what they did and enroll today. Email smartstart@btvi.edu.ds or call 502-6300 so you can take your walk anywhere in life.
Focal Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focal is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focal's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focal.
Welcome back. Doctors Hospital provides care that is world-class and Olympic level. As the only provider with multiple specialty trained sports therapists at their division clinic. Joining me now to tell us about this is Dr. Kent Bazard, neuromusculoskeletal medicine, sports medicine. Good morning, Dr. Bazard. You had me there for a second.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Yes,
so tell us,
pleasure to be here.
What is sports medicine?
So sports medicine is a relatively young arm of medicine.
Okay.
It's probably officially about 30 years old, pretty young, younger than me. And so it came about initially as a result of needing a physician that can specialize in the non-surgical care of orthopedic conditions. And it kind of blossomed from taking just care of orthopedic conditions and athletes to also working alongside the family medicine physician and working alongside some of the endocrinologists and rheumatologists to manage their patients, again, from a medical point of view, with their illnesses like hypertension and diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis. And also a physician that was specially trained and knowledgeable about the aspects that these patients and also the athletes need to know about, like their nutrition, their diet, their activity level, and their performance levels. Because often the athlete or the physician who were managing these athletes had no knowledge really about how they're trained and how these athletes are assessed. So you treat a patient, but treating the average person with a knee injury is slightly different from treating an athlete with a knee injury. So, and it's even more different treating an obese patient with a knee injury. So there's more things to consider. So sports medicine came about from that need.
Wow. Talk about the process of evaluating and diagnosing specifically a sports injury.
Well, there are different aspects. So one of the first things is we're deeply trained in biomechanics. biomechanics, I like to call it the physics of the body. And I love physics. I say it everywhere I go. And so by understanding how the body moves and how that relates to the way forces are communicated throughout the body, you evaluate the mechanism of injury. So we tend to have a deeper understanding of the mechanism of injury. Once you understand the mechanism, you can get a better assessment of what exactly is injured and therefore what needs to be fixed. And you can also, it also helps you to come up with a plan also to fix the problem itself. So first of all, we want to assess the mechanism of injury. We want to determine what exactly was injured. We assess that by doing different tests like range of motion testing and different clinical tests to determine or confirm or rule out what it is that it is injured and what needs to be worked on. And a big part of that is really assessing the entire patient, assessing their nutrition status, because that's part of the recovery, that's part of their rehab, assessing their mental status. A lot of times we give these patients work, we only spend a short time with our patients. Even the therapist only spend a short time with the patient. Patient has to do a lot of work at home. And I always try to emphasize to them that most of their work, most of their recovery is going to be done by them at home. Yeah. So you have to assess their mental status as well. So it's a broad, it's a pretty involved process, that first initial assessment of the patient.
What are some common misconceptions that come with, saying that you practice sports medicine?
Well, sports medicine is such a broad area, and the truth is, everybody from the massage therapist to the clinical physician, clinical sports medicine physician practices sports medicine or comes under sports medicine, but all of our jobs are different. Yeah. Training is different, and but we work together as a team, and we all come under the branch of sports medicine. So, where I may be clinical sports medicine, the massage therapist, or you have what they call a sports masseuse or a sports massage therapist, who works with athletes and specifically works with alleviating their pain and helping them with range of motion. They also come under the umbrella of sports medicine. So it's a common misconception that we're all the same. And there are many aspects and there are many arms of sports medicine and professionals with different jobs and different training.
How has technology, I want to say, advanced and also changed the face of sports medicine in recent years?
Well, we can start with telemedicine. Well, telemedicine is not as new as it was, but it's still fairly new. Being able to communicate with, and I would like to include, electronic communication in that as well. So it's not just video calling per se, but I communicate with a lot of my clients through whatever tracking app we may be using to track their progress. So a lot of that allows for us to have an ongoing communication with our patients. If you remember when you were much younger, you saw your doctor once a year, you never saw them again, never heard from them again. Where my athletes see or hear from me fairly often. So that's one thing, the communication. On the horizon right now is AI, and AI is scary and exciting at the same time. So, but the good thing with AI, it can kind of predict what type of performance metrics we would expect if we were to implement a certain type of treatment or training to this patient, once we have their biometric assessment. And that's another technological advance. The biometric assessment has kind of progressed from me having to touch this and feel that and move this and listen to that, to now telling the athlete, okay, just stand up in front of this camera, press a button, and I can see what you can do and what you can't do. So that's a big jump. It means that we can kind of offer pretty accurate care from a far distance. It also means that we can predict and plan how this person will do if we implement a certain program. So it's good that you don't have to kind of guess that, or use previous data that worked with other people, what we call research, or what we call the literature, and we can actually see, okay, for this athlete, if we do this plan and we run that through AI, most likely this is the response we will get. So that's some pretty exciting stuff.
And question, in terms of if you have an athlete who's training, working out, do they contact you before they have an injury rather, or is that something that pretty much sports medicine is treating symptoms?
Well, sports medicine is always there and should be always there. Now that's a more administrative thing in many instances, because it's not, the availability is not always there. But now that we have more sports physicians that are being trained, now as the parent, you can have your child engaging with their sports medicine physician early on in their season or in their off season. And even if you're working along with a pediatrician, as your physician is tracking your athlete, now we have data, we have information, we know last year they had this injury, it's improved, and so we will implement this year to make sure that we prevent this injury. So you're always there even before the injury occurs. And I try to be as accessible as possible to my parents, to my athletes, and all my patients.
Speaking of accessibility, how can folks get into contact with you?
Oh, well, I operate presently out of the Empire Fitness Center in Seagate Plaza. The number there is 364-2001. And when Doctors Hospital opens its sports medicine program, when we launch it, I'm going to be pretty much everywhere you can see Doctors Hospital, hopefully, and easy to contact from once we establish our main office for the sports medicine home base, which most likely will be at the Cable Beach office, but I can't speak to that right now.
All right.
But right now, Empire Fitness Center, Seagate Plaza.
Exciting things to come. I'm sure athletes all over the Bahamas are breathing a sigh of relief that they're going to get the help and the guidance that they need.
We're here to support.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
It has been a beautiful show here today on Bahamas at Sunrise. We have had so much fun. I feel like, again, I feel like I had a balanced mental meal. Well, we started with cookies, so maybe that's not balanced. But we talked about so many exciting things that are going on in terms of the community. We talked about the aviation industry, the medical industry. Really exciting things are happening all over the Bahamas.
That's why you got to tune into Bahamas at Sunrise. We update early, but we give you all the up-to-date, new breaking information. I don't know, is that even a thing? New breaking information? But this is where you come, right?
Yeah.
To find out what's going on in the Bahamas. So we thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you every time you tune in. We know know you could be doing so many other things, but we're happy you started the week off with us, which means you're going to have a great week. Not only because it's midterm, but because you started the week with us, right?
Absolutely. We are your morning multivitamin
There you go.
for your brain.
Thanks again, folks. We will see you on Friday. Have a great and productive week, and have fun.
Yeah.
See you Friday.
Our menu, it's digital, so customers, once they come in, they have to scan the menu. Due to the space size, customers were unable to connect. It was unstable. Customers were very irate. They couldn't see what we offered, so sometimes we had customers that left, and now we don't have that issue. Customers are easily accessing the menu on the website. So now it's a smooth process, and ordering is much easier. Installing the Euromesh was easy as 1, 2, 3.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within